Hi and welcome to another free.volous episode. Today we are doing an up-close and personal review on the Dermacol Make-Up Cover Foundation, which is this little baby right here. This has been really hyped about on Instagram and YouTube for quite a long time, and I finally got my hands on it I asked on Instagram, and the 3 people that actively follow me on Instagram told me, please do a review on it, let us know. So this is what we're doing today. Here are some facts for you, and then we'll jump into the application. The first thing is, this costed me €11.50 plus €3.95 of shipping, so an overall price of €15.45. Which is a really nice price, but I bought this on sort of a sale. Usually it goes for €16. I think they are always on sale, so yeah. Where did I get this from? I got this from Dermacol Cosmetics.pt, which is the Portuguese website. I would encourage you to look up just Dermacol and your country and see if they have a local website for you, because you can buy this on Amazon also and on eBay, but sometimes you get fakes, so I've heard, so try to go as legit as possible. And I paid with a bank transfer. That's just how they roll, and I got it within, I say, a week, so it was really quick because they are shipping internally. Our postal service isn't that great, but it worked really nicely. You can also ask for testers. They have a small sample sizes of this foundation for $2.99, which is really nice. And they have 13 shades, which isn't a lot, especially because this is a high coverage foundation. You will notice a difference within the rest of your skin if you don't apply it all over. So high coverage foundations, I'm a bit more demanding within the shade range, but this is a very small company, I think, but that's all I have to say. One good thing is that this has an expiration date right on the tube and on the box, which is amazing. This is good for another 4 years, 2021, that's what they say. So weird because of the ingredients, and I'll let you know. And another thing that I really like on this is the packaging. It is fuss free, it is a squeezy tube. So points for that. This has 30 grams of product, so as much as any other foundation. Now let's talk about the claims. They say it's high coverage, but then lower on the website and on the little paper that comes with the box, they say total extreme coverage. They say this covers acne, dark circles, hyperpigmentation, tattoos, bruises, etc., etc., and it has 50% pigments. They also claim this is waterproof. It's suitable for all skin types. It's hypoallergenic, but that claim means nothing to me because you can be allergic to anything. You just can't guarantee it, and they state that on their website. They also say this has an SPF of 30 and it has a high concentration of titanium dioxide. So this is prone to flashback right off the bat. If you do a lot of flash photography for a living or for fun, I don't know, this may be something that you should keep in mind. But at the same time, they say this is used in studios, photo studios, so photo shoots and filming and yada yada yada. Filming, okay, of course, but photo shoots, I don't know how they manage that, if they are using indoor studio lighting, so flashes. They also claim this is cruelty free and they don't test their products on animals, and that they sell to China through Hong Kong, so they don't have to test on animals. But I couldn't find this product listed on the Logical Harmony website as a cruelty-free product, so I wouldn't bet my life on it, you know. There are ways, if they only sell online to China, they don't need to do animal testing. If they have in-store representation, they do have to test on animals to China, as far as I know. That Hong Kong kind of stuff, I don't understand. So, they also claim this is long wearing, so we'll see about that. honeys. And just out of curiosity, this was developed in the Barrandov film studios in Prague, and they started developing makeup for filming and photos, so for professionals, and sort of their formula with this foundation was so good that they started selling it to Hollywood, so they say, which is quite interesting. But let's jump into the ingredients because this is quite interesting. So the main ingredient on this, they say 50% is pigment, and they have 3 pigments listed at the bottom of the list, ingredients list. So I would say that the other 50% are all the other products. I don't know how they got this order going in that sense, but anyway, the other 50%, let's assume, are the first thing titanium dioxide, which is a sunscreen, which is used for sunscreen and usually reflects light. It's the one that flashbacks, but it's really good to create a pasty, the powdery part of a paste, you know. Then we go into a lot of petroleum derived products. This may cause concern to people who are allergic to mineral oils and stuff like that, because it has liquid paraffin and paraffin. It has microcrystalline wax, which is another petroleum derivative. And then they have an antioxidant, which is BHT. They claim they don't have preservatives, but they have an antioxidant in it. So it's an antioxidant for the product, not for your skin. They have petrolatum, again, petroleum derived. They have a filler, which is aluminium oxide, and then glycerin, and then emulsifiers, talc, and fragrance. I can't feel the fragrance when I apply the product, but if I get close to it and I smell it, I can feel the scent. It's a florally scent. I would say this doesn't need that, and if you could, Dermacol, review that, that would be amazing, because we don't need fragrance on our face products, because fragrance is going to dry out our faces, you know? Yeah. Just keep in mind, as for the ingredients, these are very affordable ingredients that are put into this formula. These are not high-end ingredients. You won't have any kind of skincare in it, unless, except for the SPF, of course. And at the same time, if you are allergic to mineral oil, which many people are or may be, this may be something to skip, because this has a lot of petroleum derived products. With all of that being said, I guess all that I'm left is to show you the application of the product that I have already done and filmed. And yeah, and I'll see you on my chickens throughout the day. I'll try to keep this on my face for as long as possible, but I have things to do tonight, and as usual I started late because it's my only free day of the week, so you have to forgive me. So here's my face before. You can see I have several old breakouts on my chin. My skin has been acting up like crazy, but this is what we're working with. And here's the Dermacol, and this is a thick foundation. I'm going to apply it onto my hand. It's really thick. I think you can see that. One thing I will say is that when you squirt, it doesn't stop running out, so it's a bit hard to control on the tube. And this is what is happening while I'm applying. You know that for this kind of foundation, I would go with only finger application, like my No Makeup for textured skin. I think this is the best way to apply a foundation like this. I have no primers on my skin. I've just done my skincare as usual, and this is really thick. You can see it, I think, and I'm just taking the tiniest amount and then spreading it all over, and it a little does go a long way. It does have a nice amount of coverage if you need this kind of coverage right off the bat. So now it's basically spread all over. I have too much on my hand, waste, and I'm going to take the Real Techniques buffing brush I'm going to buff this into the skin. Sorry, my dog is starting to wander around because he doesn't like his sleep to be disturbed, and he has recently decided that my sort of beauty room is his spot. So yeah, this is one thin layer. This spreads really easily. It's a cream, it's a thick cream. You've seen this already, I think. Taking a little bit more on my problem areas, buffing it with a brush. I wouldn't use a sponge with this just because I find the sponge wouldn't lift the formula. There we go, blending it on my jaw. As you know, I don't usually apply foundation to my forehead because I have fringe and it covers my problem areas, although my forehead is one of the more clear areas of my face. But anyway, and it has wrinkles, so I don't usually go there with product, but I'm going to apply just a little bit and I'm going to blend this in. Just a tiny bit so that we can see if it settles into my wrinkles on my forehead, which are quite intense. Still working with what's left on my finger here. I would say in real life it does look dewy. This is not a matte foundation at all, but it's not as dewy as the lights are making it look. It looks almost wet, which is not a good look. Full coverage is really so ambiguous and subjective. It depends on your skin's needs. But this is high coverage, no doubt about it. I only have one layer and I'm adding just tiny bits where I can see some redness showing through. And I have this sunspot here that is impossible to cover. And if I place the product directly on top of it, it almost covers it, almost, because it then starts to show through. I don't know if you can see it on camera. They say this can be used as a concealer. I would agree if you use this as a concealer on your face. Under your eyes, I don't know, I think this is too dewy to work. But just so you know, I have too much on my hand and I'm not using it, so before I get carried away, I'm going to wipe it clean. And there you go, let's do a close-up. This foundation does not feel like it is setting onto the skin. So when I touch it, I can feel it being a bit sticky. Which I'm not a big fan because throughout the day I touch my face. I'm one of those people, so yeah. But for now, I feel that it is a bit too dewy for my skin. And it's cold now. It's not warm anymore, so we'll see. And I'll do the rest of my makeup in a jiffy and I'll be right back. My face makeup is now done and it is 12:35. So I'll do a close-up with the powders and blusher on top and we'll see what's happened. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. I was going for the sort of lightweight, very natural look and then I got carried away as usual. But let me do you a close-up. I just finished my makeup. Let me show you how it looks right now because there have been developments. The first one you can see is that I've powdered my face just a few minutes ago and it's starting to look a bit shiny right now. And when we get close up, it's already starting to show the wrinkles on my forehead. So yeah, it's just from doing this, from doing my eye makeup, so it doesn't look really good. The same on my laugh lines right here. They are starting to be quite enhanced. Overall, I feel that this has a bit of a too heavy of a finish. It looks pretty, it looks dewy, but it looks quite heavy for my liking. So it may not be your case. Around here it shows that there's a lot of product sitting on top of the skin and I really buffed the foundation on. But yeah. So yeah, these are my impressions for now. I've just let my fringe go because it's going to get all messed up, but anyway, it's already looking amazing, isn't it? But I'll do a couple of check-ins throughout the day and I'll show you how it looks, and we'll see what the conclusions are. So stay tuned. Quick side note, I've just finished filming my intro and all of that. It is 12:58, so it's been under an hour, and I already feel the need to blot and to sort of press the product into my lines because it's really creasing. So yeah, I wouldn't say this is oily or combination skin friendly. On the other hand, my dry patches look absolutely evened out, and they are not enhanced by this product. So yeah. 1 o'clock, so 2 minutes after the last time we talked, I just blotted my face, and just letting you know, I felt that the places where I haven't heavily powdered, so press the powder into my face just with a little bit of a swipe of the brush, those places were still sticking, and a lot of product transferred into the blotting sheet. But at the same time, this is so pigmented that I don't notice any patches of product that have lifted. So it's a good thing. You know, it comes and goes, in good and bad. So here I am for my check-in. It is 5:09 in the afternoon, so it's been 4.5 hours since I've applied my foundation, and it goes without saying I'm an oil slick, and I have blotted and powdered again twice. So what can I say? I'm going to blot again. I still have foundation on my skin. I still have coverage. This product has not separated on me at all. But I mean, I look like an oil slick, which isn't cute for my liking, at least. As you can see on the up-close footage, it has slightly stopped creasing or enhancing my creases, as in it has stopped on that point, and that's it, especially on my forehead. It seems like after blotting a couple of times it stopped creasing, but that was the area where I applied the less amount of product. And on the sides of my nose it's still a bit creasing, but it's okay. And overall it still looks basically the same, just extremely oily. So yeah, this is this check-in. I will come back with my conclusions and my findings and my experience on this product on the last check-in that I do, which will be in a few hours. So yeah, just letting you know how it looks, how it feels for now. Be right back. Good evening. It is now 9:57 p.m. So it's been more than 8 hours. Yeah, almost 10 actually. That since I've applied the foundation. As you can see, I am melting by the minute. No news there, it didn't stop. I still have some coverage left on my cheek area. I've noticed on the footage I've been editing that some areas of my face are showing some redness. I can't see it in the mirror. Maybe just a little bit on the chin and here, but on the footage that I've previously edited, I noticed that the redness sort of seeped through, so that's something to consider. The coverage is getting maybe thinner, I would say, I don't know. But yeah, other than that, it hasn't changed. I look like an oil slick again, and this foundation is definitely not for my skin type. Maybe I'll give it a try with a mattifying primer and with a setting spray that is also mattifying, like the Urban Decay D-Slick. But I don't think that any kind of product will miraculously solve this. I've used some of the best powders that I own for cancelling out the oiliness, and it still seeped through, so nothing to do about that. Oh, I did a flash test just so that you have that image. I didn't notice any excessive flashback on my face, surprisingly so, because titanium dioxide is the first ingredient on this foundation, and it has an SPF of 30, so well done in that sense. Who do I think this foundation is for? This foundation is for people with a dry skin that like sort of a dewy finish, and that look for high coverage, really high coverage with the minimum amount of product. It could also be nice for special occasions, photo shoots, any kind of occasion where you don't have to wear it for a long time. I'll keep on trying this with other combinations, and I'll probably use this as a concealer just to see, but overall all over my face this does not agree with me. And yeah, this was my experience with this foundation. I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave me your thumbs up and some comments down below if you've had some experience with this foundation. Let us all know how it went, your skin type, so that we all know, so that we all can share. And subscribe if you haven't already, pretty please. And my dog is coming in the room because he can't stand closed doors. And what was I saying? Yeah, the only thing that is left is thank you for spending your time on me, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!